Get started with today's math lesson. We're doing lesson 5.14. That's module 5, lesson 14. And today's learning goal says I can solve real world problems, otherwise known as word problems, about area. Okay, and one such example of these problems is your problem of the day. So this problem is asking us to figure out how much area he's going to need to paint. Well, does he need to paint his entire wall? Why not? With the quiet answer here. How come he doesn't need to paint his entire wall? Eva? Right. Do we typically paint windows? Now think about if I was going to paint the wall by the pod. Do I need to paint the entire wall? What parts do I not need to paint? The door. What else?
The hallway.
The hallway. Okay, the cabinets. Do I need to paint the part of the wall that touches the cabinets? No, right? So when we paint walls, there's things that we don't need to paint. Now, luckily, it tells us that each window, here's one window, is 3.5 feet by 4.5 feet. So could I find the area of a window? Yeah. How can I find the area of a window? I do the length times the width, which is 3.5 times 4.5. Do you agree? But there's decimals there, so what do I need to do? Change. How many changes do I need to do? How do I know I need to do 2 changes? Because there are two decimals. Good. So I have to, what change did I make there to get rid of that decimal point? Okay. What about to 4.5? What do I need to do there? Times 10. Very good. So now my problem becomes 35 times 45. Do you agree? Let's go ahead and do that. What's 5 times 5? 25. What's 5 times 3? Plus 2? Very good. We'll put a placeholder 0 because now we're working in the tens. What's 4 times 5? 20. Good. So I still need a 2 here. What's 4 times 3?
12.
Plus 2?
14.
Okay. Hold on. So when I add them together, I get 1,575. Do you agree? Yeah. But because I had the change up there, what do I need to do? Undo. What was my first change? So what's my first undo? Okay, which makes it 157 and 5/10. But I have a second change up there, which is times 10. So what do I have to do again? Okay, so I move the decimal point one more time. So my final answer is 15.75. Is that my final answer to the problem?
No.
No, because it's square feet. Now is that my entire answer to the problem?
No.
That's the area of one what? Window. So this is 15.75 square feet. How big is this window over here?
15.75.
It's the same exact size, right? Okay. So how does that help me figure out what I need to paint? Well, if I find the area of the entire wall and subtract the area of the 2 windows, will that tell me how much I need to paint?
Yeah.
Go ahead and work on that. So now I can use an area model to help me find out the area of the entire wall without the windows. What are the dimensions of this blue box?
12 and 8.
12 by 8, right? Because it's 12 here and 8 here. So it's 12 times 8, which is 96. What about this part here? What's the dimension here? 7 eighths. What about here?
8.
So how do I find the area of this part? 7 eighths times, and I get in the habit, if it's a whole number, to write it as 8 over 1. Oh, hey, I see common factors, which means I can divide it by 8 over 8 to get just 1 over 1. So what's my answer here? 7. Very good. So to find the total area, I just add up 96 plus 7, which is 103 square feet. But that's the entire wall. Don't forget, what do I need to take out from that? 2 windows. How much was each window?
15.
How much? 15.75 square feet. Okay, so how can I make that 103.00? Okay, now I need to regroup, right? So I have 2 of those, 10 of these. That doesn't help me, so I'm going to take 1 of those and make it 10 of those. Yes? Okay, what's 10 hundredths minus 5 hundredths? What's 9 tenths minus 7 tenths? What's 2 ones minus 5 ones? Can't do it. We need 2. So I'm going to turn that into 9, right? And this will be 12. What's 12 minus 5?
7.
What's 9 minus 1?
8.
So is it 87.25?
No.
Why not?
You still have these two?
Oh, so can I just go like this, minus 15.75?
No.
Why not? Because that's its own what? Equation. Right now I'm saying whatever down here is going to be equal to up here. Is that the case? No, so I can't. I have to rewrite the whole thing, even though it takes more time. Right? I have to rewrite in a new problem 87.25 minus 15.75. Okay, what's 5 minus 5?
0.
What's 2 minus 7? Negative 5, so we need to regroup. Very good. So I have 12 minus 7 now, which is 6 minus 5? 8 minus 1? So what's my answer? 71.5 square feet. Very good, because we're talking about area. This problem says Mr. Albany wants to put tiles in the shape of a dinosaur at the front entrance of his house. That's his plan. I guess to him that looks like a dinosaur. Okay? You can see that he's using two kinds of tiles. He has square tiles, okay? And some of them he's cut in half. Do you see that? So the triangles are exactly 1/2 of a square tile because you just cut it in half like that and it becomes a triangle. Do you see that? He wants to cut some tiles in half to make the figure. If each square tile is 4.5 inches on each side, that means if this is one square, if I zoom in, and that's one square, it's 4 1/2 here and 4 1/2 here. Okay? The question's asking what is the total area of the dinosaur? So without writing anything down in your notebook, without solving it yet, turn and talk to your partner. What are the steps? Don't say, oh, first I need to multiply this. Explain what your process would be. First I need to find the area of one what? Square. Then what do you need to do? Talk to your partner. What's the first step I would need to do in order to solve this question, to answer this question? Turjo?
First find the area of one square.
I first need to find the area of one square, this one square. Okay, we know that the dimensions are how long by how wide? 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, perfectly, I can choose to use an area model, right? This would be 4, and this would be 1/4. This would be 4, and this would be 1/4. Do you agree? Do you agree? Okay, so let's find the area. So what's 4 times 4?
16.
Okay, I'm going to write them down here because I don't have enough space. Okay, what about this part? What are the dimensions? 4 times 1/4, which is? Okay, what about this one here? 1/4 times, which is? Okay, and then this last one is 1/4 times, which is? Is it 2/4? No, it's 1/16. So if I add it up, what's 16 plus 1 plus 1? Plus 1/16? Okay, so now I've solved that first step. I know that the area of one little box here, one tile, is 18 and 1/16 square inches. Because if I look back at the problem, I can see that they're inches. Okay. All right, what's step 2? What do I need to do next? Jonathan?
You need to find out
How many tiles are in square shapes, right? So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you guys see them when I'm highlighting them blue? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Am I missing any? No? Okay, so I can write down that there's 12 square tiles. How can I find the area of those 12 square tiles? I have to multiply 18 and 1/16 by 12. But hang on, I'm not going to do that yet. I want to count how many triangles I have because those two triangles add up to one square, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, those 10 triangles, I know, someone said nice. I think so too. Because the 10 triangle tiles adds up exactly to how many square tiles? Okay, so how many square tiles worth of area do I have altogether? 17, because I have 12 plus 5. So what can I do with that information to find the total area? I do 17 times, right, because I need 17 copies of this one tile, right? And since I have one mixed number, I have a choice. I can either make improper fractions or I can use area model. Personally, for me, I like area models because I feel like when I have to multiply and divide big numbers, I make mistakes. So I would probably choose an area model, and I would do this. I would make this side 17, and I'd split it like this, and then make this side 18, and this side 1/16. And then I would be able to multiply and find the total area. Do you see how I could do that? Very good.